everybody, Morgan with Event Answer here, and today I want to show you how you can turn any room into a winter wonderland. So today I'm making a pom-pom snowfall backdrop, which is wonderful for photo backdrops or parties and super easy to accomplish. So let me show you how I did it and how you can do it for your own party. To make the strings of snow, I'm using 4-pound fishing line here, a sewing needle, 1/2-inch pom-poms, 1-inch pom-poms, and 2-inch pom-poms. So to start off, I'm going to go ahead and thread the needle with the fishing line. Now I used a really lightweight fishing line here. It's easier to get into a needle and you're less likely to see it, so get the lightest weight that you can find. And I'm just going to leave the other end of the fishing line attached to the spool. I tried cutting off lengths, but it just got all knotted up and was a mess to work with, so leave the other end on the spool. Now I'm going to go ahead and start stringing on my pom-poms and just mixing them up so they're kind of random as they go down the string. The important thing is when you're threading on the pom-poms, you want to make sure that you're going right through the middle of the pom-pom. You should feel a little resistance as the needle goes through the center. If it goes through super easy, it means you've just gotten through the fluff part. Make sure you get through the center because then your pom-poms won't just fall down the string, but they'll hold their place on the fishing line. So my strand is going to be about 9 feet tall, so I'm going to go ahead and put 30 to 35 pom-poms so that when I have it the full length, I'll be able to put 3 to 4 inches between each pom-pom on the string. So once you've got as many pom-poms on the string as you want, go ahead and remove the needle from the end and then pick up your work and move to a large open area on a floor or a table. It's easy for the fishing line to get tangled up, so I'm going to go ahead and lay out each of my lines flat on the floor so that they don't get mixed up, and I'm going to unspool a bunch of fishing line and throw it the total distance to the end, and I've got my tape measure out to 9 feet, which is the full length of my strand, and then I'm going to add an extra foot of fishing line at the very top so I can glue it to my headboard. So I'm just going to push the pom-poms down the fishing line and space them about 3 to 4 inches apart. Now you can vary this up depending how thick or thin you want these to be, but I found 3 to 4 inches worked for me. Then I'm going to glue a nut to the last pom-pom on each string, and this will help each string hang really nice and taut. So I've already threaded the nut over the end of the fishing line. I'm just going to put a dot of hot glue on that nut and attach it to the final pom-pom. Now you do want to make sure that the fishing line does get caught in the glue so that the nut doesn't pull it down the line. All of the strings are going to hang from a header piece. Now I've got 2 of them that are made from foamcore. They're 36 inches long by 2 inches wide, and I've gone ahead and marked the center line all the way down the piece. I've decided that I want each string to be 4 inches apart from the next one, so I'm going to go ahead and mark 2 inches off the end because I'm going to butt these 2 pieces of foam core together, and I want those to be 4 inches apart. So the rest of the way down, I'm just going to make a mark every 4 inches. Then once I have all of the marks made, I'm going to take a metal skewer and poke a hole right on that mark, and that's where I'm going to feed the fishing line up through. Now this header piece is going to be what I attach to a drop-down ceiling to hang this from, so I want to make sure that I'm really consistent with my holes here and it's nice and sturdy to hang my snow from. And now it's time to bring everything together. So I've laid out all 18 strands of snow, and I've got my tape measure right next to it extended to the 9-foot mark, and I've got my foam core header, and I'm going to align it to that 9 feet, and I'm going to take my first string of snow and poke it through the hole that we created earlier. And using that extra length that we left on the end of the string, I'm just going to poke it through the hole and gently tug on the string, making sure that the foam core is aligned to 9 feet. Pull on that string until the very last snowball on the end of the string lines up with the end of my tape measure, and that's how I'll know that all of my pieces will be 9 feet exactly. Once I'm happy with the length of the string, I'm going to fold over the fishing line and secure it in place using my hot glue gun, and just want to make sure that that tail is really well caught in the glue and it's not going to go anywhere. Once the glue had dried a little bit, I came back with a pair of scissors and trimmed up the tail and just repeated this for all 18 strings. And the snow is ready to hang. Now I'm actually traveling with mine to a venue, so I'm going to unroll some craft paper over the top of each 3-foot section and just roll that up over the paper, and this will keep it from getting tangled in transit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it all the way around and make sure there's craft paper on the outside, so you shouldn't see any pom-poms, and I can just pick it up and throw it in the back of my cart and unload it at the venue. Now I lined this up with where I wanted it to hang, and I'm just gonna unroll it so that the header part is right underneath where I'm gonna hang it. And I'm gonna be attaching these with binder clips. To keep my hands free, I'm just gonna attach 4 of these to my shirt so that I have easy access to them while I'm trying to hang these pom-poms. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the header and gently pull and lift it up to where I'm going to hang it. So I'm attaching it on the crossbars of this drop-down ceiling using those binder clips. So I'm going to get it in place, and I'm holding it against the metal part of the drop-down ceiling, pressing upwards on the ceiling tile and gently locking that binder clip over the metal part and my foam core header. I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this for all 4 binder clips on each strand, so in total 8 binder clips, and this is going to hold it in place. Now my binder clips are black, which I couldn't find any white ones for this project, but I would highly recommend getting white ones because they'll just disappear on the ceiling. If you're not somewhere that has a drop-down ceiling, you could also attach these to any kind of backdrop stand using pins or more binder clips to hold them in place. So once you've got everything up, then it's just making the strands look really nice. So I think this was an 8-foot ceiling and my strands were 9 foot long, so there was a little bit extra to pull on the floor, and I'm just pulling them right below where they're hanging. You could always push these to the back or pull them to the front depending on what you're trying to do. And I'm just going to go ahead and play with the pom-poms and make sure they're where I want them. In transit, some of them moved. But the pom-pom should stay in place and not shimmy downwards. If for some reason one does, you could always take a little bit of hot glue and hold it in place. And now you can enjoy your winter wonderland with this easy snowfall. I hope today's project inspired you to make your own winter wonderland. So many projects are really not hard to execute and can make the holidays super festive with a little bit of effort. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. That's let me know that you enjoy this content, and I hope to see you in future videos. So stay tuned for next time, because I'll be showing you how to make these paper cone trees, which is super simple to add a lot of decoration to a party. So until then, bye!